Welcome back to 1 Hour Sports TV. Time now to bring you our team news roundup ahead of the weekend's Premier League fixtures. We start off at the Emirates. Arsenal can be boosted by the return of Gabriel for tomorrow's game with Everton, but Ricardo Calafiori is out with a groin injury. Michael Keane, fit to return for the visitors, while Amanda Breuer, Seamus Coombe and Youssef Chimiti are all close to returning. To Anfield then, Andrew Gagliotto and Federico Chiesa will face a late fitness check for Liverpool ahead of tomorrow's game at home to Fulham. Harrison Reed, Joachim Andersen and Rice Nelson may also miss out for the visitors. Tom Kenny and Calvin Bassey are suspended. Up to St James Park we go. Newcastle goalkeeper right there Nick Pope out for a month with knee ligament damage. Callum Wilson faces up to 8 weeks out with a hamstring injury. Joe Willock, Lewis Miley expect to miss the game too. Van Nistelrooy's Leicester, meanwhile, without Walter Dundini, who's out with a hamstring injury. Harry Winks is doubtful with a groin problem. To a big game at Molineux, Walser fielder Joao Gomez suspended for their game with Ipswich. Gary O'Neill says Mario Lamina still a key player despite being stripped of the captaincy. For their opponents, Ipswich, Calvin Phillips and Johnson still not fully fit. To the Saturday night football at City Grounds, on loan Alex Moreno ineligible against his parent club. But there are no new injury concerns for Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins is being assessed after coming off at half-time in the week against RB Leipzig. Leon Bailey is a doubt after missing that game with a hamstring injury. Jacob Ramsey definitely out. Down to the Amex we go, the early Super Sunday game. Joel Ventland, Jack Pinklewood, Sonny Marks. They are doubts for Brighton against Crystal Palace. Ferdy Kalioglu and James Norma unlikely to feature. Meanwhile, setback for the Palace midfielder Adam Wharton, who was close to returning but an injury flared up in training. And then Super Sunday Part 2. Manchester City have just 3 fit defenders for the Manchester derby. Pep Guardiola admits he hasn't come up with a solution yet for United. No fresh injury concerns after last night's Reds Europa League win against Victoria Pilsen. Johnny Evans back in training, Luke Shaw the only absentee. Now to the Sunday evening games. Pedro Neto suspended for Chelsea's match at home to Brentford. Thomas Frank has all players available for the win against Newcastle, including Christopher Ajer. He was on the bench after recovering from a foot injury. Matthias Jensen will be out for a few more weeks with a hamstring injury. And at St Mary's, Jan Bednarek and Paul Onuachi both available for Southampton following injuries. Adam Lallana could return from a hamstring problem. Aaron Ramsdale remains out, but captain Jack Stevens is suspended. And Tottenham's injury crisis at the back continues. Tottenham's generous football, Atlantis Christie. They remain without 3 of their 4 centre-backs. But everyone who played in Thursday's draw at Rangers is okay. And in the Monday night football, well, as far as Bournemouth are concerned, double injury blow for them ahead of their match at home to West Ham, with defender Marcos Senesi and the midfielder Marcus Tavernier both out for West Ham. Nicolas Füllkrug could make his first start since August after 3 months out with an Achilles problem.